Hey guys, this is Julian of Julian Gray Media, and this is actually the first video of a series of unboxings of gear that I'm picking up for a live show that I'm developing. If you're interested in learning how to control lights, visuals, and sound from Ableton within one single set and perform it all at one time, make sure to check out the link in the description below to the playlist I'm developing for this live show. This is the first video of this series, and today we're going to be unboxing the Launch Control XL. This is the black edition, the newest version that came out with the new Launchpad Pro. So let's hop over to the review table and get this thing unboxed. So this is the Launch Control XL by Novation, the box. As you can see, it says the ultimate controller for Ableton Live, and it comes with Ableton Live Lite. This is actually the brother of this guy right here, the Launchpad S, and it's the same hardware that was in the previous generation Launch Control. It's just now in a black variant. As you can see, the colors are still yellow, green, and red with an orange tint that you can adjust, but it is not RGB like its brother in the new generation, the Launchpad Pro. If we flip the box over here, you can see ultimate controller for Ableton Live, nice little graphic on the side there. But as you can see, the Launchpad Pro is pictured here because this is the new black variant of the Launch Control XL. I'm developing a live show and I needed some more knobs and faders to go along with my Ableton Push 2. If you want to see my review and first impressions of the Push 2, you can go ahead and click on the link in the upper right hand corner right now and check out that. So let's get this thing unboxed. We can go ahead, I'm going to flip it over first. Get this thing open. I've actually cut the tabs already, so it'll make it a little bit easier to do this. This is just going to be a quick unboxing. Pull this tab out here, open it up, and as you can see, it's just a traditional style chest box. We have a Novation, looks like to be a manual here in this cutout here. We can actually pull that. And it is, I believe it's the manual for the actual hardware. It looks to be a Ableton or some sort of serial number on the back. We'll get into that later. I think you guys can kind of get the gist of what the manual is for. Let's get this flipped open here, and there is the Launch Control itself. We can start out with this box right here. This looks to be the USB cable. I was right. Slide it out. As you can see, you can peep through, but it's that nice orange Novation USB cable here with the right angle, of course, like all the other Launchpad devices. Or the launch devices, I should say. Let's set that box aside, and here is the beef of the unboxing here, the Launch Control XL. Let's take these pads off the sides here and pull the device out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from this sleeve. And as you can see, this is the Launch Control XL. This is actually the exact same dimensions as the Launchpad. As you can see here, it is the same body and the same size. If you stack it on top of each other, they are just about the exact same size, and I think they were designed very similarly. So here's the device itself. We have 8 faders here. We have 24 knobs here, and these are full-size knobs, so if we look at them, they're full height. So it's like a real knob, not a short style knob like the Akai series. And these faders obviously go up and down. They're a little bit tight. They feel like gain faders on, say, a CDJ mixer. They don't feel like a crossfader. And then we have some track focus buttons here, track control buttons here. We have some buttons here for mixing, like the device, the mute, solo, and record arm. This is more for the studio side of things that I'm probably not going to be using it for. User template or factory template. Factory template makes it so that all of these are actually controlling what's labeled. Send A, Send B, pan device, and then the volume faders. User mode allows you to map your own MIDI, and that's what I'm going to be using this device for. If you come around to the back here, you can see that orange signature Novation look. This is actually a rubberized feel, unlike the, say, Launch Key series. And on the side, you can see that USB port. And that's essentially all there is to the Launch Control XL. We're going to be getting more into how to use this in the series itself, and we're going to be programming it into the live show. So if you're interested in making your own live show and playing out sets in Ableton Live, make sure to follow the playlist series. I'm going to put that link in the upper right hand corner right now. Awesome guys, so we are in Ableton Live now. We're just going to do a first time setup for this device really fast. Very, very simple setup time. As you can see, when I move a fader or touch any of the buttons, you can see the MIDI trigger goes off in the corner. That means we're getting power to the device and it is connected successfully. Once you're in Ableton, all you have to do is go to the options pane here, go to preferences, you go to the MIDI and link tab or link MIDI tab, and then we're going to find on the control surface pane right here the device or a open slot. We're going to select it. We're going to scroll down until we see Launch Control XL. We're going to select that for the control surface, for the input, and for the output. Then down here, if the device is plugged in and is working, you will see the device down here. You're going to see both Launch Control XL input and you're going to see Launch Control XL port 2. You're going to want to enable track, sync, and remote for all three of these on both the input and the output. So now we can actually go in here. Let's actually load in a synth so we can see what this thing is doing. I'm going to load in Serum. And as you can see, this first channel is lit up now because the first channel is active in Ableton right here. If we duplicate it, you can see that it follows suit here and it shows both of the devices. So to select the channel, you can actually go in here, select the channel focus, and then that allows you to play with these settings for each of these channels. Basically, these faders now control volume for each individual channel. As you can see right here, they are fading up and down. You're going to hit +6 if you go to the top, so keeping it around right here is that equilibrium of 0. So these knobs above the faders right here are actually correspondent to the send A, send B, and the pan for each individual one of these channels. This is track 1. You have the pan, as you can see on the screen right here, pans. You have send A. Let me enable these sends really quick, and then enable or add a send channel. You can see send A, and then this one would be the send B for that channel. Very cool. These are mute switches. Allows you to mute the track. If you hold the solo button, you can solo the track and then unsolo it. You have the record arm, which allows you to arm each channel for recording. That's very self-explanatory. You can hold it and then you can just select each channel that you want to record on. Mute, again, you can hold and then mute each channel. Very self-explanatory. These are the device modes: mute, solo, record, and that allows you to set each individual parameter here. So the device mode right here allows you to control a device instead of the pan. As you can see right here, it says pan/device. If you hit device, the lights turn a different color here. And if we actually load in a, let's say, an instrument rack, let's group this into a group. These now control these macros. So if we go in here, it's going to control the device. If you were to have another device, let's say a filter here, you can actually scroll through the devices. If you hold the device button and then you select, you can actually select which device you want to control, as you can see on the screen right here. As I hold this button and move over, you can actually see the parameter selection change. This is now the frequency of the filter, and then these correspond to the filter parameters. So currently we have been in factory mode. You can see up here the red LED is ignited for factory mode. This allows you to control the factory settings, the volumes, the mutes, the pan, and the send channels for each individual track. We can actually use something called user mode, which is right here, and that makes every single fader and button and knob on this device now generic MIDI that you can map to whatever you want. So if we go into MIDI now, we can actually map these to do what we want. So let's say we want that to trigger that, we can make it do that. So this is if you want to design your own preset settings for the XL and do it yourself. So that is the basic rundown of the setup and the functionality of the Launch Control XL. It's a brilliant controller. Very, very well built. I expect nothing less from the guys at Novation. They've been doing this a long time and they make very quality devices. If you like this video review, make sure to give it a like. If you didn't give it a dislike, and let me know why in the comments below. I make a video every Wednesday and Friday, and I am Julian of Julian Gray Media. Subscribe for future videos, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.